This weekend, we saw some amazing signs that we're getting into like a crazy altcoin frenzy. We saw the others chart, which is the total market cap less Bitcoin, ETH, and SOL, and that broke out of a downtrend which had been going since November 2021. Then we also saw the dominance break down very sharply. And if you remember, last week I said to you that to see an alt season, what you want is a very sharp breakdown of dominance. And we got the very sharp breakdown of dominance. And then we also had a crazy altcoin run of the craziest altcoins. Look at Stellar Lumens, look at Sandbox, look at Decentraland. And this gives me a sign that we are about to get a crazy alt season. And while a lot of people are looking at this and telling you that you should be buying into coins like Sandbox, Mana, Decentraland, and DOT, and all the altcoins, I'm going to give you a warning. I wouldn't be buying these coins, but I'm rather going to give you a whole list of coins that I would be buying, which would probably make a whole lot more sense. And I'm going to break down the logic for you as to why I say you shouldn't be buying the dinosaur coins, and you should maybe look at the next class of coins that's actually going to run. So, massive show. I'm back after a long weekend. Let's get this show on the road, guys. Let's go. This weekend was absolutely crazy. Watching those dinosaur coins pump, watching coins like Decentraland and Sandbox pumping after they've been like dead since 2021 was absolutely incredible. But it actually means something. It actually shows us what kind of frenzy we're going into. And it means that retail money is finally starting to come back pretty fast. But I wouldn't be buying those coins, even though I've seen a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people on Twitter saying they changed their strategy and now we're going to get into all the dinosaur coins and all the altcoins. I think that there's probably a better strategy, and I'm going to share that strategy with you. Let me know at the end of the video if you agree with the strategy. Yeah, I mean, I think the good part was that we actually started to get the money back into crypto. And I think this weekend was a taste of what's about to come. So if you haven't been here for an alt season before, what you saw this weekend, that is what alt seasons are going to be about. And specifically, that is what weekends on alt seasons are going to be about. When the traditional markets are closed and the normies who've worked their full-time jobs all week and land up earning a couple of $1,000s for working full-time jobs decide that they want to get completely rich on the weekends. And that's when they actually start trading their crypto. And that's going to be a cycle that's going to continue. And if you know how to play that cycle, you can land up making a lot of money. And I'm actually going to show you step by step how to actually play that cycle. So if that sounds good to you, then welcome. Smash the like button, obliterate the like button. I'm going to bring you so much alpha today, but the more you smash the like button, the more alpha I give you. Also, we need to get this number up. We're now aiming for 1.2 million. I mean, this is the craziest community in the world, the craziest numbers in the world. And of course, the most loyal community, 78.2% of you are actually subscribed. My goal is to get this up to 85%, but I think that's a big ask. But I mean, if you do your bit and I do my bit, maybe we can actually make it happen. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the alpha of the day, the big alpha of the day. And I think we need to look at all these signs and what they actually mean, because we did see a lot of signs. And I'll start you off with the signs that we saw this weekend. As I said to you, the first sign that I saw, which was very encouraging, and you can see it just over here. This is a chart called Others. Others is total market cap, less the market cap of Bitcoin, less the market cap of ETH, less the market cap of SOL. So in other words, it's all the altcoins without the major altcoins. And what you can see here is that this chart has actually been on a bad downtrend since November 2021. That's when this chart started going on a downtrend. But now you can see that two things have happened. The first thing that's happened is you can see that it's actually broken out of that downtrend. The second thing that you can see is it's actually printed a perfect cup and handle. So there's the cup and there's the handle. And that just shows us that we're going to go up, and we're going to go up pretty aggressively from this point. So this is a very encouraging breakout. The other thing we saw, as I said, was we saw a lot of the tokens that, I mean, crazy tokens actually running. We had mad weekend pumps, which were crazy. And a lot of Twitter crypto people, a lot of influencers completely got blindsided by these altcoin pumps. Now, look, I wasn't exactly blindsided. You'll remember that I made a video when I was in Thailand, and I said to you guys, look, there is this TikTok movement, and the TikTok movement are calling coins like 𝗖𝗢𝗘𝗓 and Decentraland and Sandbox, and that is what's actually being pumped right now. So we weren't really caught off guard. The other thing that I saw this weekend, which was very, very, very encouraging, was, remember I said to you last week, we read this tweet from Ben Cowan, and I said to you guys, alt season is when Bitcoin dominance aggressively goes down. And up until this weekend, we never had an aggressive move down in the Bitcoin dominance. But that is the move down in Bitcoin dominance from this weekend. And again, if you look at this tweet, and he says, alt season is when Bitcoin dominance goes down aggressively. Bitcoin season is when Bitcoin dominance goes slowly up, right? And so what we saw this weekend was we saw quite encouraging price action, because we had the Bitcoin price flat and maybe slightly down, and we had the Bitcoin dominance actually going very, very, very far down. That is a sign of alt season, and specifically when you see it on weekends. And the reason why this happens when you see it on weekends is because you get retail normies. And these retail normies who have been working their normie jobs for many years, come home on the weekend and decide that this is when they're going to catch up on all their crypto trading, and this is when they're going to make life-changing money, when they've got more time to actually get into it. And the specific class of normies that we saw getting into the market this weekend was not new people coming into crypto. We do have new people coming into crypto, and I know that because when I look at the data and I look at things here we go. I look at, I'll find it for you guys. I saw some signs. I saw like the Phantom wallet downloads actually went up a hell of a lot and stuff like that. And that shows me that the retail people are actually coming into altcoins, or new retail people are coming in. But specifically, the class of people that drove the prices up this weekend was the 2021 lapsed users. Okay, so when I say lapsed users, it's people that were here in 2021 and maybe even 2017, got completely destroyed and obliterated, and left after the lunar collapse and whatever else, and promised at the time they would never, ever, ever come back to crypto, right? So that's like, we're never coming back to crypto. Then they see this happening, and I did say this a long time ago. I said, when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, that is when the normies are going to start flooding in. And that is exactly what happened. And so now what these normies are doing, and again, remember, this is a specific class of normies, full-time job, people that work full-time jobs, earn a specific salary, and have been in crypto before. And now they are starting to come back aggressively on the weekend to try and catch up to everyone. Now, the thing is with these guys is they are completely out of touch with the crypto market. And so instead of buying all the tokens that actually really have value and really have fundamentals, they came to the market this weekend and they landed up buying like crazy shit. Like they landed up buying stellar lumens. Okay, now I'm just going to show you like how big this pump is. If I take stellar lumens in the beginning of November, it was less than 1 cent. Okay, it went up as high as 54 cents. That is a crazy, crazy, crazy return. If I look at Decentraland, again, you've got, let's just say beginning of November, you've got this at 26 cents, and now it's up at, well, it went up as high as 51 cents or 78 cents. And so you can see that these normies came back and bid the craziest of coins, right? And I mean, a lot of people, I was watching Twitter, a lot of people got caught off guard. You saw like real crypto OGs like getting quite upset, like the normies blindsided us. They came in, we were waiting for normies to come in, but they came in through the wrong door, etc., etc. And so people got a little bit upset about it. And so what happened was that these normies who came in got, it was a very, very, very typical altcoin weekend. When I say a very typical alt season weekend, in a market which is becoming a little bit more institutionalized because of the Bitcoin ETFs and because of Saylor buying a lot of Bitcoin, the weekends are going to be the time where the games take place with retail. And that's exactly what we saw on the weekend. So we had the pump of the altcoins, and then we had like a little flush of Bitcoin where Bitcoin went back down to like 95,000. Let's just quickly go and just look exactly where Bitcoin went down to. So Bitcoin went down to 95,683. And so what you had was you had like a quick leverage flash. on the Bitcoin front. Now, you're going to see this a lot on the weekends, because on the weekends, there's very little liquidity. So you're going to see like these crazy pumps, and then you're going to see like these dumps, which are designed to shake out retail, looking for liquidations. It's called liquidation hunting. It's when you basically prey on young, innocent retail investors who have no idea what's going on. You pump the prices, and then you give a short dip. And then the thing is, after the short dip, life goes back to normal. And if you look now, Bitcoin is probably back at like 97,200. So that whole like shakeout was a shakeout just designed to get these people out. And this is what happened. We had $500 million of liquidations, believe it or not, on like a random weekend. Okay, now again, why did this happen? It's just liquidation hunting. It's like, let's play some games with retail investors. What the whales saw is like they looked at the charts here and they said, like, my goodness, if people are willing to buy Sandbox and Decentraland and Kusama and all those things, then they deserve to be flashed. And that's exactly what happened. Anyway, why are they buying those specific tokens? Well, number one, the tokens that they're buying are tokens that were all the big tokens in the last cycle. So last cycle's technology. It's all the tokens that were very, very, very popular in the last cycle. It's also the tokens that they have quick and real access to. Now, when I say quick and real access to, remember, these normies are not trading with phantom wallets and stuff like that. These normies have different entry points. One of the entry points, as I've mentioned to you a few times, is keep looking at the Robinhood list, because these guys have got a lot of money under management, right? And a lot of retail investors. So they're going to the places where they have a lot of entry points. So, I mean, I took some of the coins and I plotted them down for us. And I said, okay, well, like you look at all these coins, they're all listed on Coinbase. All of them are listed on Binance, and a lot of them are actually listed on Robinhood. And so you can see that the people that are coming in are these people that have money in their stock accounts, right? And when you look at their stock accounts, they've got money in it and they can trade on the weekend using Robinhood, and that's why they do it. Or they have money in their Coinbase account. So the majority of the ones that ran were the Robinhood ones, because those guys had money in their stock accounts. And remember, these guys tapped out of crypto. So chances are that they don't have a lot of money in Robinhood and in Coinbase and Binance, because they were out. They like, we're never doing crypto again, but I do have some money in my Robinhood account. And so they took the money from the Robinhood account and they started to degen into these coins. And so what did they land up actually buying? Well, they landed up buying Decentraland. Decentraland, for those of you who don't know, is like a metaverse play. It's got a market cap of $1.2 billion. Yeah, you heard me right. It's got a market cap of $1.2 billion. In terms of traction, well, not doing that well. As you can see, on average, they get about 200 users a day, maybe even less. So about 200 users a day. And this is like now bull market. Bear market, they had like 42 active users in 24 hours. So these normies are here and they are buying a protocol at a valuation which they've pushed up to $1.2 billion. Decentraland, if you've gone to Decentraland, it's like quite a bad experience. It's like a very primitive experience. And if you look at the numbers, they have about 200 active users a day. And normies are willing to pay $1.2 billion for that, right? It wasn't only Decentraland, it's also Sandbox. So if you look at Sandbox has a fully diluted market cap of $2 billion, believe it or not. $2 billion. Now, in terms of usage statistics, you can see the number of users here, 43, 50, 196, 73. So I don't know about you, but I feel really uncomfortable paying $2 billion for a protocol that has 50 users per day. That's like, just think about that. You're paying a market cap of $2 billion divided by 50. You're paying 40, is it 40 million per user? If it's 50 people, it's a crazy, crazy, crazy number, right? And it wasn't actually only that they were buying. They also landed up buying a whole lot of other coins. Like when I saw Metaverse running, I was like, they can't be that dumb. Like they literally went and bid up Metaverse tokens. It was so funny that I was like, Metaverse? Seriously? Like these guys are buying Metaverse tokens? No one's been in the Metaverse for the last 3 years. And even when we were there 3 years ago, it was pretty much over. And so when I saw this, I tweeted something which was very funny actually. I tweeted this and I said, I work in the trenches every single day. And I've never met anyone building on 𝗓𝗓𝗓, on XRP, on Cardano, on Algorand, on 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, and on 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. Now, obviously, the communities of these protocols got a little bit upset. And so the one guy adds a community note, says, Ranoino is not being truthful. He has met developers from these crypto projects. Okay, here is evidence. It's a picture that some random fan took with me at a conference. Apparently he's a Cardano builder. Okay, and he's like, I was supposed to know that he's a Cardano builder. I don't know about you, right? But I've been working in the trenches every single day. I see projects every single day. I see venture capital investments every single day. Honestly, I have not seen a project. I've never, ever seen or invested or been asked to invest in any project that has been working on 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. Like 𝗓𝗓𝗓. That's a name that I haven't heard since 2020 something. And to be honest, I actually had some 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗡 tokens which were in a dust wallet. I just thought they had no value. And when I saw 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗡 jump, I was like, hell, where the hell is that wallet? And I cleaned up that wallet. I basically chucked away all those tokens. So that's what's happening. And the truth is, I'm not upset about it. I think it's actually very, very good. Why? Because number one, we called it. We told you guys this run was going to happen 10 days ago. That's the first thing. The second thing is, well, we are getting new money coming into crypto. And I don't really care which avenue the new money comes into crypto from. I just care about the fact that new money is coming into crypto. And we are getting new money that hasn't been in crypto now flowing into crypto. So that's an amazing thing. So no, the first reason why I like it is because we called it. Second reason why I like it is because more money is coming into crypto. Third reason why I like it is because when you get a pump like this, it gives you an opportunity to sell the bags that you thought you would never, ever sell. Like I had like a couple of Cardano, some dust Cardano. I was like, holy shit, at $1, you got to sell your Cardano. So I sold it. Stellar Lumens, I didn't have any, but it really gives people who are stuck in trades an opportunity to sell. So all in all, it's a very good thing. The reason why I say it's very good is, number one, you're given a second chance to sell. Number two, it brings more money into crypto. Number three, we called it. But remember that money that is coming into crypto is now going to flow into the better coins. And so there's going to all that's going to happen is you're just going to get an amazing altcoin rotation. So we don't really care how people come into crypto. We don't really care what the entry point, whether it's meme coins, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's the dinosaur coins. We just care that more money is coming into crypto. That's all we care about. Because when more money comes into crypto, you're going to get a massive altcoin rotation, right? That's what alt seasons are about. They are about rotation. And so when I say more money coming into crypto, I didn't know the stat until I did the research, but $15 billion of USDT has been printed, of USDT it has been printed in November. And get this, from a low of $123 billion of stable coin market cap, now we're sitting at $190 billion, of which in November, at the beginning of November, we were at 173 billion. So $17 billion of new stable coins has come in November alone. Now, just to give you perspective, if you take the whole year, okay, so let's just take the year. A year ago, we were on 124 billion. If you take the whole year until November, we went up by 50 billion. Okay, 124 to 172, so 48 billion. And just in November, we've gone up by like 17 billion. It just shows you the rate at which new money is coming into crypto is huge. Now, again, I don't really care how it comes. I don't care if it comes to meme coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I couldn't give a shit. All I want is more money, more liquidity coming into crypto. And that's exactly what we're getting. We're getting new money coming into crypto, which effectively means that the shift or the altcoin rotation that is about to take place is going to be absolutely epic. And the reason why I say that is because just like these guys were more or less in touch in 2017 and 2021. So these guys are not stupid. They are just outdated. They are just inexperienced retail investors, right? And so what's going to happen is they're going to come in and they're going to make money. And then they're going to tell their friends, like, you won't believe it. I bought this thing called 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 and I landed up making 100% in 2 days. And then they're going to bring in more of their friends. And that's going to cause a frenzy. Remember, the biggest advertising for an industry specifically is number go up. When number go up, then people start FOMOing in, because one friend tells another friend everyone looks like a genius, right? And so that's where you're at. These people are coming in, they're making money. Doesn't matter how they're making money, or they think they're making money on on these ridiculous coins. And for a while they will actually make money. But the truth is that even though they will actually make money, and even though we called this on the show, which we called, let's just look at the date of the show. That was on the 13th of November. We literally called this. We literally pulled up a list of TikTok coins, and I told you this was going to happen. So even though we called it, and even though I see a lot of other YouTubers going, well, if the market is getting into altcoins, then you should be selling your tokens, and you should be getting into altcoins, and you should be playing this game. My thing here is definitely not. I'm not playing the game. Okay, now I know I can make a lot of money. I can go into the altcoins and I can make a lot of money and I can get out. The problem is that is a game of hot potato, right? And I'll tell you what when I say game of hot potato. Like, in the game of hot potato, you don't want to be holding the hot potato when the music stops, okay? You just don't want to be holding the hot potato. And so right now, what's happening is the music's playing and people are passing the hot potato around. Like, these coins are going up. But when the music stops, you don't want to be caught holding the bad coins, right? You don't want to be holding the Dino coins, because then two things are going to happen. One is there's going to be no buyers for those coins because there are no users for those coins. And the people that did buy, which is the inexperienced retail investors, those are the ones that land up getting shaken out first. So imagine the problem is now the music's playing. Now it's amazing, right? And retail are coming in. And the problem is that as soon as the music stops and as soon as you get the slightest pullback, we saw it wasn't even a pullback this weekend. Bitcoin went to 95,800 and we got $500 million liquidated. Okay, you understand what I'm talking about here. When the music stops, these normies are going to get shaken out really quickly. And so that's why my thing is, yes, you may be able to make money by putting your money into coins that you don't believe in and riding what I call the sentiment train. But the problem is that if you don't get out exactly on time, if you're a trader and you're very disciplined and you can take profits and you can really, really, really work with stop losses, great, do it. Okay? Someone says it's a pre-recorder. It's not a pre-recorder. Then do it. But I'm not like that. I don't have time to sit in front of my monitor and get out and get in every 10 seconds. And so to me, the strategy of buying coins that I fundamentally don't believe in that have value is not a good strategy for me. Specifically when I can actually play the same game. And specifically when I think that there may be a correction around the corner, right? And I've told you this before. I think there is a correction around the corner. Now, I'll show you the signs of why I think there's a correction around the corner, which is why I think playing this game of hot potato is a little bit scary now. Let me show you just some signs that you can see. First thing is the fear and greed is at 82. It's the highest that it's been in a long time. People are euphoric. People are flowing in and they're buying the craziest coins in the whole world. And so that's where the fear and greed is. If you look at Bitfinex, now, I don't know how many of you know this, but there's a cohort. The traders on Bitfinex are the best traders in the world. They call them the Bitfinex whales, right? And these guys are the best traders in the world. They always lead the market. And what you can see is that Bitfinex is trading at a serious discount. Now, what that means is that the Bitfinex whales are trying to get out really quickly. Now, to me, in the past, that has always been a place where you get a correction. So you can see over here, that has always been a place where you land up getting a correction. Then, in terms of profits on chain, so unrealized profits on chain, which means that people that are sitting in profits but haven't taken out profits are approaching the March 2024 peak. And March 2024 peak is where we crashed and we had a 7-month downtrend, right? And so we are now approaching those numbers. And as Martin says, he says, signaling an increased probability of a price correction. Now, we've got the signs everywhere. We also have increased leverage. And in fact, the leverage right now is the highest that it has ever been in crypto. We're on $74 billion of open leverage trades right now. It's the highest that's ever been in crypto. Then there's some other signs that are showing me that there may be a correction soon. Like, for example, if I look at the stochastic RSI, and this is the sentiment or the momentum indicator, it's topped and it's starting to turn down. Now, if you go historically and you look at every time that it's topped, we have had some kind of aggressive correction, right? You can look at it here. You can look at it here. You can look at it here, right? Every time the stochastic RSI tops. Now look, the stochastic RSI can stay up like here. And this is on the weekly. Here it stayed up for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks before it actually started coming down, right? And right now it's topped. So it could be in a week or 2 weeks, but I know that there is a correction coming. And because I know there's a correction coming, I'm starting to prep. The other thing that you need to pay attention to is the fact that Michael Saylor has been buying this market like a crazy person, okay? In fact, he raised $3 billion on the weekend, and he purchased today, he purchased the biggest purchase that they've ever made. I think he purchased like $5.4 billion in Bitcoin. He bought 55,000 Bitcoin for $5.4 billion. Now, he's been doing this for the last couple of months, right? And I just don't think that this is a sustainable pace for buying. And so you've got this one buyer in the market who's been buying like an absolute lunatic. I think he's bought like $17 billion worth of Bitcoin in the last month. And there's no way that he's going to sustain this buying pressure. So all these things are kind of lining up. And then there's like softer signs which you can look at. I mean, you can look at the divergence in the RSIs. So if you look at the RSIs, there's a divergence. I wonder if we can actually see. Yeah, so you got a bearish divergence here on the RSIs. Oh, okay. What happened there? So you have a bearish divergence on the RSIs, which means that the price is going up, but the RSIs are actually going down. And that's usually a sign that there's going to be some kind of pullback or some kind of leverage flush. So if there is a leverage flush coming, and it is coming, I mean, it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, but there is a leverage flush coming. You don't want to be holding the hot potato, right? And the problem is that I think that we could get this leverage flush sooner than we think. And I'll tell you why. I ran a little bit of an analysis. And in that analysis, I went to all the Black Fridays. And I started in 2018, and we had a 33.5% drop in 2018. But okay, 2018 was a down market. Then in 2019, we had another drop, 24%. Then in 2020, when in an up market on Black Friday, we had a 20.26% drop. In 2021, which was a down market, we had a 43% drop. In 2022, there was a drop, and on Black Friday, we hit the bottom. 2023, again, there was a correction on Black Friday. I remember this because I've been around for quite a while, that on Black Friday, we usually get some kind of correction or some kind of leverage shake. And I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same, but it is coming. It is coming very soon. And when it comes, I don't want to be holding Dino coins. I want to be holding good coins. But the thing is that these Dino coins are running. So when this correction actually comes, right? When this correction actually comes, and it will come, you will be very happy if you do a few things. You actually will be very happy. First thing is, in a bull market, you need to thank the Lord for corrections, because those are your opportunities to get into tokens that you ordinarily that you've missed or that you haven't been able to get into. And someone says, this is, as a trader, you can easily get into a bad trading cycle when instead of buying into dips, as you're buying as prices go up, and then you land up overexposed, and then when the dip actually comes, you land up exiting out of fear because you're not exposed, you're not properly, you're too exposed. And so the strategy that I've learned is when the market is overheated, accumulate cash. When the market is underheated, deploy cash. Right now, the market is overheated, as I showed you, and we're going to be getting these pullbacks. And so for me, in this market, I want to be accumulating cash. Now, I'm aiming to accumulate 30% of my portfolio in cash, not my long-term portfolio. I am not touching my long-term portfolio. Someone says someone says read and actually read. Okay, well, I will actually read it. Thank you, Irishman. So I want to be 30% in cash. Right now, I'm actually struggling to see how I'm going to get there. I'm not touching my long-term portfolio. I'm only touching my leverage trading portfolio, and I'm trying to get more into cash because I don't think you should hold any stupid leverage trades when the market is completely overheated. Because if you get this right, in the super cycle, when you actually get pullbacks, then you will be able to actually deploy money, and then you will understand that these dips in a bull market are actually a gift. The only tokens that I would actually deploy into right now is tokens that I think fundamentally meet all the criteria. So for example, if there is a token that is an old dinosaur coin, but it also has another narrative and it has good fundamentals, and that's probably something that you should be buying. And so this weekend on Frontrunners, I said, look guys, it might be ETH time. I took 3 long plays into this thing. One is I bought Curve at 41 cents and I bought it on 10x leverage. And it exploded. I bought Velodrome and I bought ETH options. Now, every single one of those trades actually exploded. I think when I looked at my Curve position earlier, it was like at 55 cents. Okay, now that's 53 cents now. So that's 30% on 10x leverage. That's 300% in a weekend. Now, that call was given in the Frontrunners. Another call which was given in Frontrunners was, we have a new guy, 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓's actually an amazing trader. One of the best traders I've actually come across. This guy has been on absolute fire. Now listen, guys, if you want to join Frontrunners, because it's Black Friday on Friday, we're running a Black Friday special until Friday. Like literally, you have until Friday. You get 50% of your subscription, and you get free into what we call the 𝗖𝗢𝗚𝗕, which is Frontrunners, but just for meme coins. Okay. This offer will never ever happen again, but you have to sign up and you have to be accepted before Friday. So I'm going to talk to you about a whole lot of other Black Friday specials because I think this is a big week for crypto. But for now, go and sign up to Frontrunners before it is too late. I promise you that you will make like 10 times your money back. It's so simple. But as I said to you, the more important thing is that I want to be in coins that have a narrative and have fundamentals and are also the old coins, right? Because I know retail are going to buy them. And so those are the coins that I'm actually looking for. So what I did was, not what I did, what the researchers did was we created a sheet and I said, okay, look, let's look at the altcoins and let's break them down into all these altcoins. Now, the first thing is you want to make sure that retail actually have access to these altcoins. And so we plotted down all of them that have Coinbase listings, Robinhood listings, and Binance listings, right? So that you could see whether or not retail actually had a thing. And then I looked at them and said, which ones would I actually buy, right? And it comes down to, for me, two things. I want to buy some altcoins because I know that retail will naturally gravitate to those coins first. But I want to but I want to make sure that I'm only buying coins that are actually used and actually have a real use case. So things like, for example, XRP, I'm out. Okay, Cardano, I'm out. Stellar Lumens, I'm out. But hold on. When it comes to AVAX, it's on Robinhood, it's on Coinbase, it's on Binance. It is a chain that's being used. And there is an amazing catalyst. And the amazing catalyst on this is that there's the off-the-grid game, which is going to be launching sometime between now and the end of the year. And that's going to bring in an AVAX gaming narrative. So here, I'm actually buying this token. Okay, DOT, I'm not touching it. Why? Love the protocol, love Gavin Wood, but there's nothing happening on the protocol. Then you got Near Protocol. Near Protocol is another one of those where you can see it's listed on all the good places. It's got an amazing AI narrative. And I don't actually mind landing up holding this in a downtrend. So I'm in. Internet Computer, look, it's a great protocol. And it's run a lot. And it probably will continue to run. But it's not something that I want to be holding at this stage of the game on leverage. So right now I'm out. But then you get Render. Render is a protocol that's being used. And when I look at Render is... Oh yeah, we are starting to correct a little bit on Bitcoin, and I think now we should just watch the altcoins. So look, at Render is one of those that usually pumps very hard, right? And it hasn't had an amazing pump yet this season. And I'm thinking, okay, well, there's an altcoin which is actually listed on all these exchanges, but it hasn't pumped. I need it. Okay, Phantom again, altcoin with new technology because they're launching the Sonic chain, which is a chain that has which is amazingly fast, and it's being built by Andre. And by the way, I listened to a podcast with 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 this week. It's just here. It's from the roll up. Man, this guy's a genius. And so when I look at this, I was like, hold on a second. You have to be buying this. You have to be buying Phantom because that gives you access to Sonic, and it's an altcoin which is listed everywhere, which everyone has access to. Now, same thing with Injective. Now, the only thing with Injective is it's not listed on Robinhood, so it's not going to get as much money in. But it's going to be good, right? Hold on, it's signing me out. Let me quickly sign in. 1 second. Let me sign in. Let me quickly just sign in so that I can get in. I wonder why it just signed me out like that. How rude. Okay, it'll probably want me to do a two-factor authentication. Okay, I'm in. Okay, so Rune, same thing. Hasn't pumped yet. It's known for pumping in bull markets. Hasn't had that pump yet. It's a great protocol with great usage, and it's an altcoin, and that's what the chart looks like. Okay, so that one I'm actually adding to my portfolio. Sandbox, I mean, you saw the user statistics. Not something that you want to be keeping in your portfolio. Axie Infinity, same thing. Dead usage. Why would you want to be holding this when the music stops? I don't want to take the chance of holding this when the music stops. Decentraland, same thing. Whoa, actually I said no. Decentraland, same thing. No. Okay, now there's another, then Tezos. Absolutely not. I haven't seen any projects being built on Tezos. kusama, come on. I mean, for those of you who don't know what kusama is, there's a chain called DOT, which hasn't been used in a long time by anyone, right? And then there was like a canary chain a canary chain means like an experiment chain. Before projects could go onto DOT, they used to go onto this thing, the test chain, which is called kusama. Now, no one uses DOT, and very few people are using Substrate, which is the language that it's actually written in. And so why would anyone buy kusama again? So definitely not, right? So out. But Arweave is one that I definitely buy. Now, here, the thing is, it's not on Coinbase and it's not on Robinhood, but it is an altcoin. It hasn't pumped yet, and there is amazing usage, and there's an amazing catalyst. Now, what is the amazing catalyst? The amazing catalyst is the fact that they're launching this AO supercomputer in February, which means in the run-up to the AO supercomputer, we will get an amazing run, right? And so you can see there's a lot of traction actually on Arweave, and it's coming to Kraken, which means more Americans will actually have the ability to buy it. And so if you're going to be buying altcoins, and I do think you should buy altcoins because I think that retail are going to be here for a while and they're going to be firing this thing. Try and buy old coins, which do have a catalyst, which do have usage, right? And which are obviously listed on all the exchanges. So quickly, the ones that I would look at buying, AVAX, Near, Render, Phantom, Injective, Rune, and Arweave. And the ones that I wouldn't buy are here. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to insert a row here, and I'm going to ask the researchers to insert the price of the coins, right? And then we'll measure whether I was right or whether I was wrong by just saying, what's the average increase in the price of all of these? The yeses versus the average price of the increase of the no's. And that way, you guys can keep up, you guys can understand, you guys can see whether my strategy was a good strategy or whether my strategy was a bad strategy, right? So we've got to be accountable on this channel. We can't just make calls. We've got to be accountable. We have a thesis. We present the thesis with logic behind it. Again, now, will some people make a lot of money right now by buying the wrong coins? Yes, they will. But remember, we are here because we want to keep money. Keeping money means that when the music stops, your token still has value because you're never going to time it perfectly. You're never, ever going to time it perfectly. And so you want to be here. And my mission here is to keep you I need to keep you, make sure that you guys actually keep your money, not actually make money. Making money, anyone can make. You can put $1,000 into a meme coin and can do 100x. Will you hold on to that money? And that's the mission here. The mission here is to keep you guys exceptionally wealthy at the end of this run. So that's it. The other thing that I think is worth talking about is it's Black Friday this week. And the one thing I know in crypto is that Black Friday has like incredible specials, like unbelievable specials that you should really focus on in this week because you probably won't get them. One of them is TradingView. There's a TradingView. Now, we're not affiliated to TradingView, but TradingView have amazing Black Friday specials. So if you've ever thought of getting charting software, just go to TradingView now and you can probably get the Black Friday special. There's also some other things that I'll do. Like for example, let's quickly just go to here and look at all the other Black Friday specials. So first of all, up until after Black Friday, if you sign up to any of the exchanges using the Banter link, not only am I going to be doing a live draw where I'm going to be giving $10,000 in cash for anyone that signed up between today and Monday, but also you get 10% of your trading fees for the next year just by trading. And you can do it on Bybit, BitGet, and Blofin, who doesn't do KYC. So that's great. The next thing is Ledger. So if you've been thinking of doing a wallet, like for example, this is the Ledger Flex, which is again, it's made by the guys from created the Apple iPhone, right? But you can get this Flex, and you can, when you buy it, it comes loaded with $70 of Bitcoin. So you get 40% off, but then it comes loaded with $70 of Bitcoin. So go and have a look at those. Also, there's on Frontrunners and on Easy Algo. Easy Algo has been on fire. The algo has been amazing. It's been doing amazing calls. I mean, those are just some of the results. This is the week where you need to be shopping, because specials like the ones that you're going to get for Black Friday, like Frontrunners will never ever be 50% off, and you get free access to the 𝗖𝗢𝗓𝗓, which is the meme coin section, right? That's never going to happen again. That's never, ever going to happen again. So if you want to sign up between now and Friday, because after Friday, it's game over. It's game over, and it's not going to happen again. So that is it. Let's just see. People are saying Bitcoin price is crashing. Why are you guys so panicked in the chat? I don't see any reason to panic. Okay, 95. Maybe sailors finished buying. You see, this is the problem. When the leverage flash comes, let's just look at the last hour, and let's look at the coins that have moved down the most in the last hour. No, it's pretty much 2-3% across the board. Pretty much 2-3% across the board. But you can see the last hour has been crazy. Now, again, this just shows you that the market may be overheated. And if the market is overheated, you don't want to be holding the dinosaur altcoins. You want to be holding the quality coins. And that's how we'll end up not only making a lot of money, but we'll end up keeping a lot of money. And that's why we're actually here. So with that in mind, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, trade well, my friends.